Park and I slept there.
You slept in the park?
I slept in Stanley Park.
Like on a bench under a tree?
On a bench. If you go around Stanley Park, there's a viewpoint that looks right across. There's a beautiful tree that changes colors. There's only that one bench there. I'll share a picture with you. Okay. Right across from there, there's a parking lot where people come to take pictures and everything. And I spent the first night there.
Nobody else around?
No. Well, at nighttime there was nobody there.
No animals bothered you?
No, I slept very peacefully. I don't remember.
And you just had to sleep?
I just slept the night, And in the morning I was woken up by a couple of, all due respect, Asian Americans that were really loud on a bike, and they were just like standing under the tree taking pictures, no respect for space or anything like that. And I woke up next to them like, lady, personal space. But I didn't say anything. But that's what the first experience was. And then I walked down on Georgia Street the next day from Stanley Park, trying to ask people for help and everything. And I realized at that time that anybody that I approached, everybody was kind of taken back. Yeah. People were not really helpful because at that time, obviously I was in the same clothes, I hadn't taken a shower, kind of looked homeless, my hair's a lot cleaner now.
Did you during that time of thinking about who you were going to call and connect with, from your wife to parents?
I didn't want to call anybody.
You ended up calling nobody.
I ended up calling nobody.
You were trying to find a place just to stay as your next step, but you couldn't find that.
Denny, here's my thing right now, right? Like right now, at this point in my life, for the past 10 days, I've been going in and out of hospitals. If I was to call somebody, what can you do for me?
Okay, it's true.
What can you do for me? I can drive myself to the hospital.
Okay, what was your plan?
At that time,
you're walking from Stanley Park back to West Georgia,
and I was walking straight down.
You're talking to people about, hey, can I get some help?
Directions. I was basically asking for directions.
And you're not getting that.
I'm not getting that. People are taken back at that time.
Let's go this way. When did something better start happening for you?
I think something better happens every day. It's just a matter of whether your eyes are open to see it.
Okay.
Something good happens every day. The problem is that we don't see it.
Okay, so what happened for you that you recognize looking back?
I ended up in Canada as a refugee.
Yeah, but no, now I'm talking practically speaking. When you came back to West Georgia and you're talking to people for directions, because you've come a long way in 5 years and we're trying to get to the things that started happening, that were changing people's lives, but first your life was changed. So you got new footing.
I got new footing. I basically found a place that I was going to eventually start building a home. For me, the good thing, the best thing that happened is my first couple of days, I didn't really get help.
Okay, so you could feel the pain.
I felt a lot of pain. There was a lot of anger. There was a lot of disappointment. There was a time, in October 2018, I only had one mentor in my life. My grandfather was the only person that mentored me. And he died in October 2018 without me talking to him. And that's where I actually went to the bridge and I wanted to end my life. I stood on the bridge for 6 hours and I talked to myself. The best thing that has happened to me is nobody helped me in the beginning stages.
But you mean
and that's why I did it myself.
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
No, please do.
Roman, help me. Do we have to let people that are going through changes like this get to the bottom, to feel the bottom before things can happen?
No, because I don't think people are as strong as me. This year alone, I've had 28 people, 90% of them guys that have been involved in their life that have committed suicide.
Wow.
There's one person that just messaged my Facebook and he just commented that, he got kicked out of the house, he couldn't take his daughter. He went to the Portman Bridge yesterday and he wanted to jump. This is literally on my Facebook page, literally from yesterday. I looked at his Facebook page, I messaged the guy. I don't know who the guy is. And I said, yo, let me reach out to you. He hasn't reached out. For all I know, he could have jumped. But this year alone, 28 people I know, 95% of them guys have committed suicide that were part of my life.
Well, we're going to get to, because you're touching now a multiple of 50,000 lives through your social media and beyond. So you're connecting with people, and so your story is important, because there are going to be people that are going to want to go look at the Roman Ansari Stories on YouTube. They're going to want to watch and hear and listen, because they're going to want to find some answer. Not just inspiration, they're going to find something that will cause them to think differently while they're contemplating something else.
Mm-hmm.
So you're on the bridge, you're 6 hours. Obviously that wasn't successful.
Oh no, it didn't make any sense for me. I said to myself that I'm better off doing something.
And then?
And I just dragged life till I became a protected person in Canada, which really didn't happen till the end of 2019.
So you moved around, slept in parks?
Any place I could.
Food where you could?
In the beginning, I could get whatever I could get. Then I found an adopted family that sponsored me. They're my first family.
How did you find them?
It goes back to about 10 years. We were hiking in U.S. in California.
Okay.
There's a group of 25 of us, and we actually had gone up and we were hiking down. And when we were hiking down, the sun was setting. There was a short little Asian girl that was going up the hill. And out of 25 people, including my ex-wife, Roman, go talk to her. Where is she going? And I walked up to this random girl and I said, ma'am, where are you going? And her first sentence was, I'm going to bury my dead boyfriend.
Literally?
Literally. The first thing she said, I'm going to bury my dead boyfriend. And I said to her, I said, amazing. Here's the thing. It's 7:30. This is literally Cougar Mountain. You're going up the hill. It's going to take you about an hour to get up. It's going to be dark. I don't want to hear in the news tomorrow that a short little Asian girl killed a cougar tomorrow. So how about you let me help you? And then at that time she settled down and she said, so here's the thing. I parked my car on the other side. I literally just broke up with somebody. I parked my car on the other side. I came up and I didn't realize I'm on the other side when I was going down to get my car. So now I got to hike back up and I got to go to the other side. And I said, how about you do this? You see all these people that won't speak to you? They're with me. So I'm a trustworthy guy. How about you come down with us? And if you really want to bury your dead boyfriend, we'll take a shovel, we'll go back upstairs, or we can drive you around to your car. And we met her. She came down the hill with us. Name's Tiffany. And we got in the car, drove her, exchanged numbers with my ex-wife and everything. She told us what she'd do. She was doing CPA. And I drove her to her car, done. Next day I'm talking to my ex-wife and I'm sitting there and she's like, you know, that girl Tiffany was talking about CPA. I want to do CPA, or I'm doing CPA. I said, why don't you call her? No, I don't want to call her. And I'm dialing her. Hey, Tiffany, what are you doing? Oh, I'm working from home. I said, hey, do you want to do CPA? Would you like to study with Diana? I would love to. I said, what are you doing right now? And meanwhile, my ex-wife was like, stop. And I'm like, no, let's do it. Nothing. I said, do you want to come over? Do you got wine? I'm like, I do. Come on over. She showed up at our house, became friends with us, became my little sister because she became friends with her. And needless to say, for about a year, she was coming to my house every day. She would finish work, my ex-wife, Diana, would finish work, and they would come together, and they would go to my office, and they would study my office for 3 hours. They would finish at 9 o'clock. I'll go walk the dogs, come back, pick them up. They would come to my house. I would cook dinner for them. They would shave off a bottle to freaking, I don't know how many bottles, for a year. That was how I met this girl. When I landed in Canada, I didn't tell her, no reason to. And after a few days of landing here, I'm happy to talk to Diana, and Tiffany's here.
When you told your ex-wife the story of what you were doing, where you were, what you were going through, her reaction was?
She understood why I did it.
Okay.
Because I did it to protect her, to protect my family, because literally if I would have gone into hiding, they would have gone after everybody in my life.
Okay.
They would have gone after everybody in my life. They would have made everybody's life miserable.
So this is part of your self-care for other people.
Danny, here's what would have happened. If I would have gone into hiding, what they would have done is they would have gone after my family, my sisters, my mothers, my brother-in-laws, my wife, they would have gone after everybody, and they would have left it miserable. But because they saw me leave, they closed my file.
Gotcha.
But fast forward to the story,
Yeah.
I connected with Tiffany, and Tiffany's like, "Where are you?" I was like, "I went